You cannot be anything you want to be. Hi, I'm Nick, former medical doctor turned soul doctor. And I say that because I remember growing up, you can be anything you want when you grow up. And I thought that was a really inspiring thing to hear. And it's kind of been said and heard that way. But I think actually, especially in this Western culture, it's been so screwed up in having people try to choose to do things just because they want to choose it, think they want to choose it, think that someone else wants them to choose it, and then they're actually terrible at it. And I would actually argue that most people are probably terrible at their jobs right now, but they feel stuck, they feel trapped, they don't know how to change anymore. Whether you spent so much time becoming an accountant, a lawyer, a doctor, a nurse, a teacher, something else, whether you have a specific role, most of the time you're like, why am I still doing this? But I'm this far in, I've invested this much, this creates this much stability, safety, everything else. I'm going to keep doing it. And what it means is that the world is getting a much worse version. And now, one of the lifestyle choices or choice jobs, so to speak, is a life coach. I actually became one myself. And I think that most people should not become life coaches because many of us are so working on our own lives still. And it's way easier to say, I'm going to work on someone else's. And yet, having said that, there's so many people who would be amazing at it who are not doing yet because of their own doubts, and then helping them work through that while they're already going through the process. And most of the time, they've already been coaches for the last few decades, not even realizing it. And how do they refine that skill set? It's the same thing. It used to be the medicine people were people that were already hand plucked from the community because an older medicine person could see that spark of genius, excitement, creativity, knowledge, wisdom there that matched what they were doing. And that's what we purported to do for something like medical school. We're going to have all these tests, examinations, that, except all they were looking for at some points were perfection, were for how to game the system, were for how to volunteer for the right things. And it's such a game of leapfrog now that it's not from pure intuition, this inner knowing that is way more potent than any of the logical reasoning we may have. And I say this because it takes time to rediscover ourselves. My beloved and others have asked me, are you sure like this Ohana Sage, this breath work, this medicine work, this retreats, this is the way to go? And my answer is the same, yes and no. It definitely is right now for me with my skill sets, how I make impact, how I have fun, how I play. And I don't know if it's going to be forever. It's building onto a very extensive skill set training already. And where it's leading to, I don't fully know. And I'm already being shown some of the things. Some of my favorite teachers, such as Judy Brooks, is already seeing, how do I step into eldership now as opposed to the person that's doing everything? And I can recognize that. How do we step into a different form of eldership? And that's part of it with the retirement, with people who are being fired. Instead of firing, think of it. How do I shift their role into eldership? They've been doing this for so long. You can't be anything you want to be. I say that again because I would rather have lots of people, in a sense, I'm going to say it this way, lose their jobs that they weren't meant to do, to have space to find what it is that they truly would love to do. And I think it's going to really shift our demographics. It's both a crisis point right now, and it's a turning point into the next wave of possibility if we can actually embrace it. And there's going to be a lot of stewarding, guiding, wayfinding that will be needed to help people remember that they are captains of their own ships. And if you're the captain of your own ship, what is the destination? What does your boat look like? What's important? What do you feel naturally inclined to? What do people reflect back to you? What do you get excited about? And it's not just passion. It's not just I feel. The feelings will change. Some days will feel great. Some days won't feel great. What do I really want? What do I desire? What do I crave? What do I just intuitively gravitate towards, learn more about? And there's so much that is possible. There's so much value that wants to be generated in the world. There's so much community connection. There's so much real living, real food. There's so much stewarding that could be done. And what is it that really is there that's meant for you? So I just had a great call with a dear friend who realized he wants to do some life coaching. And I would say that's the term he's using because that's the term we know right now. I don't think that's what he actually is going to be doing, but it's the starting point. And it helped me realize, oh, there's so many people that are getting lost and then getting stuck and then getting caught up with identities and labels and everything else. And I am so grateful I've had the gift of quitting, leaving, being pushed out, failing at all these things to be where I am right now. And it's still a process. All right. I hope to see you soon on Breath in Egypt, somewhere exciting. Leave a comment. Ciao for now.